Well, first of all, Darren, it's loan deadline day, and a familiar face is back at Hewish Park today. Just tell me about why you've brought him back to the club.
I think he matches all the attributes which is needed to keep this football club in the Football League. He's got the same sort of personalities as what Connor Roberts has got, and he's a fantastic player, and he got rewarded heavily well by the supporters with all the trophies he picked up in a year which seemed to be in struggles. So I know he's got the characteristics as to where we are, where we find ourselves now.
It is March, approaching April. What's his year been like? I think he made a cup appearance for Swansea this season, hasn't he? But behind the scenes, has he been making progress at Swansea this year?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to Gary Monk. He was due to be a first team player this year. Unfortunately, he had an injury over the summer which kept him back, and obviously he's played for the first team this year and against Oxford, and it just shows what high hopes that they've got for him. And the other one that we had made his Premier League debut, Stephen Kingsley, so seemed to have a good eye, and I'm very thankful to Swansea and Hugh Jenkins and letting us develop his players, and if they can become successful like Liam did, having his first Welsh international call-up, and Connor's now found himself with his first international call-up, so it's a proud moment, I think, as a football club and as an owner and a chairman, that we're bringing in these players and giving them international debuts.
And is it too ambitious to have him on a permanent at some point? Is he very much going back to Swansea and could play in the Premier League for them in the near future?
I'd love to say that, I'd absolutely love to say that, but I think certainly with Stephen Kingsley, these boys have got bright futures. What they have allowed is they've allowed us to take their best, and I appreciate Hugh Jenkins for that.
Yeah, we're speaking lunchtime. Any more transfer news today, or is that now it for the season?
I mean, when you look at the squad that I've got, it's a good squad. It was overloaded before I came in, and I had to let one or two out on loan. We got Simon Gillett, which I presume we're not 100% sure, but his loan will finish soon. It was only for a month. So I think when I look at the squad, there's enough in the squad to make sure we finish the job off.
Yeah, and will you have a match-by-match decision to make, because you can only pick 5 loans in the squad, can't you? And you've now got 6 loans at Hewish Park.
Yeah, that'll be a problem, but
good problem.
It's a good problem, and everyone's got to fight hard to stay in this team. I talked to the players today about going into the game tomorrow. I want them to stay brave, stay strong, stay positive, stay fighting, and it's important we have that mentality, because the job's not done yet, and that's what I'm looking for tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how safe do you feel? I mean, a lot safer than when you became manager, but clearly you don't think the job's done just yet.
No, it's not until it's mathematically. I know that's the old cliche and everyone talks about that, but I think from my point of view, it's making sure we keep the performance levels high. Only twice as manager has dropped below that, which was Hartlepool and then the game Saturday. But having said that, there was reasons behind what happened on Saturday. I thought they actually done well to keep going like they did, and this is a strong group with a real strong belief, and if they didn't have that, we would find ourselves, from when I took over as manager, it was a struggle. What I have seen is a real progression, and a quick progression, and supporters seen that, and it's something to be excited about, and it's something to look forward to next year.
Yeah, we know the Stevenage game is off because of the international call-ups. You've mentioned a couple of international call-ups yourself. How are you getting around that going into tomorrow's game?
It's one of them. I mean, I've brought Liam Shepherd in, so it's a situation that happens. It's no different when you get an injury. Everyone panicking when Ward was out, and then when Walsh was out, and this squad's been very resilient to deal with those situations, and I'm trying to be positive, because I was sick of being at this football club and being around negative people. I mean, they just drag you down, and I haven't got no time for that as a manager.
Carlisle, how much motivation do you? I mean, every game, no team's more motivated than a Darren Way side. But the fact that you played them in the FA Cup and there were one or two incidents on the pitch as well, the penalties, will that play any factor in the game, the cup game?
No, I don't think it will. Not for me. I won't be portraying that across to my team. It'll be another game where we can gain 3 points. We know a lot about them. We know the way they play. We know what their strengths are. We know what their weaknesses are. But I think it's important that the players stand up to the physical challenge. I mean, there was nearly World War III went off last time, and on Facebook it must have had nearly 500,000 plus hits, which the reason of the way it happens. Players sometimes emotionally overreact, and I had the same situation on Saturday, but. Obviously ours got punished in the one before. Nothing happened, it didn't get seen, so I don't want to focus too much on what went on before, but focus on our lads' performance, making sure we get the 3 points.
Yeah, like any game, discipline, keeping your discipline's key, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I'll be looking for a real disciplined professional performance.
Yeah. The fact that Stevenage game is off, is that a good or a bad thing? Were you prepared for these 2 games in 4 days, or might it help you that you don't have to play these 2 games in quick succession?
We want to play every game as quick as possible. I mean, the Plymouth game was called off, and then I went to Hartlepool, and it sort of didn't keep that momentum going. So we're looking to keep ticking over and get the job done sooner rather than later.
Yeah, what's the team news going into the game? Kevin Dawson, how's he?
Yeah, Kev's okay. So now we're looking okay. So strong, positive, and with 1 or 2 additions, it's bolstered the squad even more.
Yeah, and is Leroy Leeds benefiting from actually playing some game time? It's all well and good training with you, isn't it? But now he's getting some first team minutes under the belt. That can only be a benefit.
No, he is, and he's been a fantastic guy to have around because he's experienced and he's helping the younger players. And we would have been having a different story now if he had put the penalty away and he had finished off the other one, but sometimes life is not as easy as that, and you have to be in the positions, you have to be bold, and you have to make sure you step up to the mark the next time it happens, and I'm sure Leroy's going to get his chance again.
And just finally, I walked past the chairman's office. John Fry looking very busy. I know that you're a manager and your next job is just to win your next game, but how much of Darren Way is looking forward to now to the summer and next season? Looking forward, planning basically, Yeovil Park.
Yeah, I am, every minute of every day. I mean, this club means a lot to me. This is an amazing football club, and it's important people don't forget that. I've told the players that this is an amazing. You should feel lucky to work for this football club, because it is a good football club, and it's had its struggles, but what I'm telling you now while I'm manager is that there's got to be progression, and I want to see that everywhere. I want to see it off the pitch, I want to see it on the pitch, and that's what the players have put into place. I couldn't be so bold and brave and come out with that to start with, because I had to prove and get results myself, but when we stay up is important. There's even more change around the place. And just for our players still having to prove themselves to you, remember the very end of last season, some players ended their careers at Yeovil Park because of how they played at the very end of the season. How important is it that they keep performing to show you they want to be part of your plans for next season? I've explained that quite clearly to the players. Every game, the sooner it gets done, the sooner their futures get resolved, and they need to understand that, because sometimes it can be a lonely world out there. And you've only seen with some of the players that we let go before, 1 or 2 have gone on to good careers, but for where the football club is and what it offers is important. I've told the players, this is an amazing football club, and don't you forget that.